everyone, welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day. Here's our question. Please try it, pause the video, come back, and we will do it here. According to the model, if 100 people see a sequence of 3 letters, 87 of them will recall the sequence immediately seeing it. The model predicts that this number will decrease by 14% of the number the previous second for each second that passes. So it's just exponential decay. Which function represents the model where f of t is predicted, where f of t is the predicted number of people who recall the sequence after 1 second has passed? First of all, this 100 has nothing to do with it, right? Is that right? Yeah, the 100 has nothing.
No, it does.
Does? Really? Oh, okay. Well, thank God 100 isn't one of these numbers.
Yeah.
So, but...
No, it does, actually.
Yeah, it's good. Immediately, yeah. Okay, so immediately after seeing them. Yeah, okay, anyway. So, because it's exponential decay, the relation is the initial number, A initial, times the rate, times 1 minus, in this case, decay, 1 minus the rate of decay to the tth power. So, it's very tempting to put 14 in there. But it's really the complement of 14. It's 1 minus 14. So it's 86. So it's the initial amount, 1 minus 0.14t. Yeah. So it's this one. Really? Why does the 100, if the 100 is not in the answer and the 87 and the 86...
Yeah, it doesn't matter because it's... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because the initial amount is the recall immediately after seeing it. And then every second it goes down by 14%. So notice 2 of the distractors have a 14 in there. Oh, this is growth. Oh, wow, that's growth. That's 14%. I mean, 40% more people are able to see it, which sort of makes no sense because after a few seconds you're above 100. Which really makes no sense. But a nice way to, if you're not sure, a nice way to check it is just put a t as 1. And t is, if it decreases by 14%, then you're not going to have that many fewer people. If you use this as the answer, or this is the answer, well, 14, that's not right. It's completely wrong. But even this one, after 1 second, you're talking about 9 people. But 9 people is not a decrease of 14%. 9 people is a decrease of it's a decrease of 86%. So, but this question you have to be careful about not to make that mistake. It's helpful to know this. Going into the test, it really is helpful to know the basic, I don't want to say formula, but what do you call this, Seth? A formula or a relation, or what word do you put to knowing this thing that I circled?
The formula.
The formula? Really? The formula? I don't know a formula. Because it's, yeah, I guess it is a formula. Yeah. So it's probably very helpful going into the SAT knowing that this is the formula for exponential, sorry for the spelling, exponential, that's horrible, exponential decay, where R is the percent as a decimal of the rate of decay.
Decrease by.
Yeah, decrease by.
Why is decrease by exponential? It's because the new equals the old.
Oh, you're using the shocking
minus the old times the percentage times the percentage that goes down.
Right. You mean after
and the old is a common factor.
Right.
And so the new is equal to the old times the factor 1 minus 15, 14%.
Hmm.
This is per period
Right.
in one period.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
yeah. And then the same thing appears when you do another period,
Yeah.
but then it multiplies. You do the same thing. The new,
Yeah. And yeah.
new,
The new. Yeah.
new
Give Seth some space.
equals, old minus.
No, use parentheses.
Well, what would it
One
be?
old.
This is the old. This is the old minus old times 14%. And this is the old.
Yeah.
Old. And this is the old. And then the new is the old. The old, the same thing. Times 14% is what's subtracted. Right?
Right.
So we have the old times the 2 for t equals 2. And the old times 1 minus 40%.
Right.
And the old is the old. So
The old is the old times the parentheses thing.
Yeah, the old times the
parentheses thing.
1 minus 40.
Right. So you just keep multiplying
That keeps
1 times 14% as many times as it goes down 14%.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Mm. So, when you derive the question, don't forget to factor using greatest common factor. Sometimes
greatest common factor.
Yeah, greatest common factor here is the old and the old. So don't forget to use look for things out of context. You may understand how to do a greatest common factor in a problem, and you can do it fine. But when you see in another problem, I have to use greatest common factor, recall basic mathematical tools and try to use the tools that you've learned sort of like by themselves in the context of a real problem. So sometimes you may not know what to do. Okay, so I think we're done. The calculator question, no, because you're not asked to find an answer. We're asking the 4 questions here. Is it different from a school test? School test probably would not be a multiple choice test. Do you start with the answers? Yeah, you could start with the answers and plug 1 second in and see if it matches what one would get. But looking at the answers is not a bad way of doing it. And the main idea is understanding how to recognize and write a formula for exponential growth or decay. That is exactly what they're asking. This problem is a fairly straight problem, except they throw this 100 in that has nothing to do with the answer. So, other than that, okay, we're done?
Yeah.
Today, why are we rushing soda? Well, we're rushing to do what we need to do as fast as possible. But also, today's Thursday, which means it's Throwback Thursday. So we go back to a test from many years ago, 20 years ago, where some of the questions were not out of school. They were just weird questions. They just wanted to see if you could think on your feet during the test. So this is one that you probably would not see post-2016. Just looks weird. Looks like a weird question. Welcome to the old SAT. So here we go. Seth
it's a puzzle.
Is cheating. Seth is looking at it.
That's puzzle, schmuzzle.
That's not good. So, puzzles. They don't do puzzles because puzzles are not normally taught in school these days. Okay. In addition, in the addition problem above, square represents the same digit in each number. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What must square represent in order to make the answer correct? So square needs to be Square is probably not 0. Oh, no, it's not a choice. So square is either 2, 4, 5. Why don't they make them go up? Why are they playing with us? Why don't they make them go 2, 4, 5? Okay, that's the old SAT. Okay, so you just got to... Is there a methodical way to do this, or just do it as a puzzle like
Well,
you do in
first I
middle
would
school?
check, eliminate even or odd. So let's say
It's
if
intelligent.
box were odd, if the box were odd, then we would have the sum here is even, and the sum of even number would equal the box, which is an odd number. So the box cannot be odd. All right. So I think one quick approach is to, well, notice, let's see, well, let's try the smallest number.
So that's doing my approach.
Try it
Just
out.
try them. Just try them. Right. Exactly. Just try them.
Yeah. Well, let's see. These three numbers, these four numbers have to add up to 15. These four numbers plus a carry, perhaps, have to add up to 15. Well, if there are 3 8s, it would add up to more than 24.
Okay.
So it can't be 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Similarly, it can't be 6.
Right.
Because if these were 3 6s, they'd add up to 18.
Yeah.
So it has to be either 4 or 2.
Yeah.
And so let's, which one you want to try?
Well, I tried 2, as according to
Let's
your
see.
suggestion,
So you
but
try
I don't think it
4.
works. This is
4
6.
plus 2
No,
is.
it doesn't.
4 plus 2 is 6.
6 and 3.
6 and 5. No, sorry. 6 and 3 is 9.
So that doesn't work.
11.
But you don't.
And 1 makes a 2.
What?
Uh-oh. Right? So 4, so 2 is a carry.
Wait,
2,
what are you
4,
talking about?
6, 8. 8 and 8 is 16. So it doesn't look like it's a 2.
Why don't you stop at this digit? This doesn't work. 4 plus, this is 6 and 3. This needs to be
Really?
9.
4 plus 2 plus 2
They're telling you this
is 8. No, it works.
Wait, am I missing something?
2 works. 2 works for the first digit.
Wait. What am I missing here? 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 1 is 3.
You missed the box 3.
Oh, shoot. Oh, damn.
Do it where it's...
Oh, yeah. So that's right. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's a good idea to scribble on the thing.
It's a good idea, right? Yeah.
So if you try 2,
yeah.
Again, so 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. Plus another 2 makes 11, and 1 makes 12. So it's 12. Carry the 1. 1 and 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus another 2 is 8, and 8 and 5 make 13, and 2 more make 15. So it adds up. And so the answer, 2 fits. Now, can 4 fit? No, 4 can't fit because otherwise, you still, if it were 4, the last number would be 2 more, which would be 4. So 4 would fit the last number, but the 15 would, the number on the dense digit number would be too big.
Right. Yes.
But also, his SAT principle is that there's only one correct choice.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So if we were a little smarter, well, first of all, Seth was very smart that he checked even odd. But if you don't do that, you can see that all of these are too big for the last digit.
Yeah.
All of these
right.
are too big because this is 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 12. 12 plus 8 is already 20.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you would.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them make it too big for the last digit.
That's the best way to do it.
Okay, yeah, that's the best way.
That's the best way to do it. Now,
Yeah.
what I would have done probably is I would have started guessing, and I probably would have guessed 5 first, only because it's in the middle, and then I would have gone to D. But maybe by the time I did 5, I would have realized that this is much too big. Then I would have tested if 4 was much too big.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, anyway, so it's a puzzle. What are you gonna do, right? I mean, there's no way to practice for these things. God, this was just why studying for the pre 2016 SAT was more of a challenge for studying, because there's no way to prepare for a question like this other than to do a bunch of these, and there's really no way to prepare a question like this. You just have to know how.
You could also, after calculating that when this box is 2, the last digit is 2, then switching to 4, that increases the sum by 2 2s. It increases the sum by 4. And so the sum goes from a 2 and a carry up to 2 plus 4 and a carry, which is 16, which is not 14. So you could eliminate if you're checking D also, having checked E, you'll see that D was inconsistent with the ones digit. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this was problem 7. They used to have 3 or 4 math sections. This particular section was 25 questions in 30 minutes, but there was more than one section of math. So it was a whole different test. It had a whole different feel to it. And back then, well, I think now I've heard rumors that now 2 of the questions that are on the digital SAT are not graded. Of course, they don't tell you which 2. Back then, an entire math SAT section, like 8 sections, wasn't graded. So you would hope that if you bombed a section, that was a section that was graded. So anyway. Okay, so I'm Joel. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering. My brother says a PhD in math. We're here to offer different approaches on how to do the SAT math questions. On Thursday, we go back to an old question. But seriously, on the rest of the days and on Thursday, before we do this, we go over one question a day and offer different approaches and methods. And also, we try to understand what the main idea of the question is, because it's very important to understand what the main idea is. Helps you do the question more efficiently. And it also reminds you what main ideas you need to study. In terms of studying, do as many practice questions as you can. And go to Khan Academy. They offer a digital SAT practice where they give about 20 or 30 questions per topic. If you're weak on exponential growth or decay, look that up and do their 20 or 30 questions. Get good at that. And just keep practicing, and learn from your mistakes. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and please leave comments. We take all the comments seriously. And if you have any SAT math questions you'd like us to do here online, please email them to us at satmathquestionoftheday@gmail.com. Everybody, have a great day.